Hello, everybody. What is going on? I hope all of you guys are doing amazing. I'm doing fantastic. It's actually so freaking beautiful outside right now in Arizona. Like, it is very, very nice out. It's kind of overcast, which I really like. Really, really beautiful. Can't complain. But yeah, let's address the elephant in the room. We got a new Balisong on my channel. This right here is not a new Balisong, but it's a new Balisong on my collection. This is the Squid Industries Squid Trainer from Squid Industries, obviously. This is the V3.5. So this is not the newest of the Squid Trainer. They actually have a V4 that has a lot more improvements. Like, it also has things like jimping right here. This one right here is just bare aluminum, so ladders are sort of difficult, but you know, needless to say, I'm not really making this video to make a review on the Squid Trainer, because it wouldn't be right to do that with one of the older, you know, versions of it, because considering how much it has improved over time, for example, this one right here runs only on washers, while the V4 runs on bushings. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of major improvements that Squid Industries has made over the time that they've been, you know, selling and producing the Squid Trainer. But I wanted to sort of talk about how I feel about the Squid Industries Squid Trainer, V3.5 in particular, but sort of talk about how I feel about how it flips, and also talk about why I bought it, because I actually bought this Balisong for one specific reason, all right? And I'll get into that here in a little bit. But yeah, I guess I'll talk about how I bought it. So I actually bought this secondhand. As you can see, it is dual colored on the handles, the blue and like purplish pink. I think it looks really nice. I am a cotton candy enjoyer. I like the colors of cotton candies. So like, you haven't seen my BB Barfly Barracuda, then, you know, that would probably explain it for you. But needless to say, I am a big fan of these color combos, like the pink and blue. I think it looks really, really nice. But also, if you look on the handles, the blue handle is actually not a dual tone handle. Now this one right here is a dual tone, as you can see, but this one was actually like scratched off, like someone scratched off the paint inside of here to make it look like a dual tone. And obviously I bought it like this, I would not have done that, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I mean, it is a little ghetto, I'm not gonna lie. But again, it could be worse, I guess. But I didn't necessarily buy this Balisong for the appearance, even though I do think it looks really, really nice in my opinion. I like the inked blade and the inked hardware. I think it looks really good. And the price I got this for, like, I got this thing for a steal, so I'm not complaining. But I do think it is a little funny how someone just decided to, oh, it's not a dual tone? Well, let's just change that. They grabbed like a long piece of metal and just said, and just went to town. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look amazing. I mean, you can kind of tell it's not a dual tone handle, but I mean, to each their own, I guess. But yeah, in terms of how this thing flips, I was honestly very, very surprised. Mostly because of how it fans. I've been flipping my Kraken trainer pretty consistently, and that's the first thing I noticed is the fanning on this thing. I don't know if you guys can see, but this thing fans very, very well. Nice and flat. Does every variation of the fan I want it to, which is very, very nice. It's very cool. I actually expected it to flip more like a Mako V5. I don't know why. I just in my head I was like, oh, well, it's probably gonna flip like a Mako V5, and it flips way different. Like, this thing is its own unique Balisong. That's what I like, because I was a little worried, like, oh, would it flip sort of similar to like a Kraken or a Mako, right? And no, this thing is most definitely its own unique flipping experience, right? And I honestly like the Squid Trainer for that reason. It actually flips incredibly well. In fact, I've actually even heard people say that it flips better than the Kraken. And I have to agree to some degree, right? Like, I don't think it's better than the Kraken, but it does certain tricks better than the Kraken. Like basic fanning. Someone's revving their lawnmower over there, but yeah, it does fanning like significantly better, and because of its weight. And that brings me to my next point. This thing is a hefty boy. It's a lot heavier than I expected it to be. Now, I knew it was heavy, but I didn't expect it to be this heavy. It is a pretty chunky, not chunky, but it is pretty hefty sort of like a Nibali's Canyon. I don't think it's as heavy as a Canyon, but I think it might be one of the heavier Balisongs in the Squid Industries lineup. I mean, overall, it's a solid flipping experience. It really is. This thing is just a really consistent flipper, and that's why I bought it. I wanted to buy, this brings me on to my next point, as to why I bought it. I wanted to buy a Balisong that flipped good, that flipped consistently, that I could beat. That's right. This is going to be my new Beater Balisong. This thing and Concrete will be very good friends. They will know each other by name. Yeah. Hence why I'm literally just flipping it over Concrete right now. This thing is far from perfect, all right? Like I said, I bought this secondhand, so it's used. You can see there's a few nicks on the handles. It has tap on one handle. Oh my goodness, it has tap on one handle. It's not that big of a deal. In fact, it doesn't even really change how it flips whatsoever. So, I mean, needless to say, this thing is just phenomenal. It's probably going to have more tap in the future. Yeah, I mean, I'm really, really happy and stoked with how I feel about the Squid trainer. And yes, there are a few things that I'm not a fan of, at least on the V3.5, like ladders, for example. This thing, like, I can do ladders to the point where I can't, because it doesn't have any, like, jimping right here. A lot of the newer, like, modern Balisongs will have these little, like, line jimpings right here, which helps significantly for ladders. Oh, look, the dog came out. What up? What's going on? Can you say hi to the video? What's up? I love my dog. She's amazing. Anyways, but yeah, it doesn't have jimping like all the more newer modern Balisongs, so ladders can be a little bit more difficult. They're still doable, don't get me wrong, but it's pretty slippery. But I mean, besides that, the actual flipping and rollovers and chaplains and everything is actually fairly grippy. It's got a decent feel. I can go pretty freaking fast on chaplains, and it sticks most of the time. But, like, it's not the best I've tried. Oh, she is barking like crazy. But yeah, it's not the stickiest, most grippiest chaplain I've tried, but it's very, very good. But yeah, I'm probably going to end the video here before my dog continues to bark for 3 hours straight. Are you going to keep barking? Yeah, that's a yes. Anyways, guys, long story short, I'm very happy with how I feel about the Squid trainer. I think this thing is awesome, and I highly recommend it if you can get your hands on one. Try to get one secondhand, because you can get them for some pretty decent prices, and I definitely feel like it's a really consistent, good flipper. But yeah, I'm going to end this before you guys' ears start bleeding from my dog barking. So anyways, guys, have a phenomenal day, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.